Forget everything you've heard about slimy pickup artists, canned routines, and manipulative tactics. I'm about to detonate a truth bomb that will shatter your perception of seduction and attraction. It's not about tricking women or using psychological warfare. It's about something far more profound, far more powerful, and infinitely more rewarding. Becoming the absolute ultimate version of yourself. A man so brimming with authentic power, untamed confidence, and raw charisma that women are instinctively drawn to you, like moths to a blazing, irresistible flame. But be warned, this isn't some weekend seminar bullshit. This isn't about memorizing lines or pretending to be someone you're not. This requires a radical, gut-wrenching self-transformation, a complete dismantling of your current self, and a willingness to confront the most uncomfortable, ugly truths about yourself and the world. Are you ready to stare into the abyss? I'm talking about ethical game, a concept so potent, so misunderstood, that it's been buried under a mountain of lies and distortions. Forget the image of the greasy, manipulative Pua preying on insecure women. True ethical game is about cultivating genuine, unshakable self-worth, developing an independent and powerful mindset, radiating authentic confidence, and mastering the art of masculine presence. It's about attracting women not through deception, but through the sheer force of your improved, undeniably magnetic personality. It is about becoming the prize, not chasing it. We're going to peel back the layers of societal conditioning, expose the pathetic lies you've been told about what women really want, and reveal the raw, uncensored truth about male-female dynamics. I'm going to hand you the keys to unlock a level of attraction you never thought possible. But it's up to you to have the courage, the steel will, to turn them. Are you ready to become unstoppable? The foundation, unbreakable inner game. Why do most men fail before they even start? Because they're building on sand. Their foundation is weak, riddled with insecurities, and poisoned by neediness. They approach women like starving dogs begging for scraps, reeking of desperation, and are shocked when they're rejected. I'm telling you, the critical element, the absolute bedrock of attracting women and succeeding in anything in life, is your inner game. This isn't some fluffy, new age nonsense. This is about forging yourself into a man of steel, a man of unshakable self-worth, radiating an aura of powerful independence. Are you a beggar, pleading for scraps of attention, pathetically hopping for a crumb of validation? Or are you a king, offering value, a man whose very presence is a gift? The difference is night and day, heaven and hell. The beggar repels. The king attracts. It's that simple and that brutal. To build this unbreakable inner game, you must embark on a journey of ruthless self-assessment. This isn't about feeling good about yourself. It's about confronting your weaknesses, your flaws, your deepest insecurities, and destroying them. Imagine your mind is a garden, overgrown with weeds limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, fear of rejection. You must rip out those weeds by the roots, leaving no trace behind. What are your limiting beliefs? Do you believe you're not good enough, not attractive enough, not worthy of love, Write them down. Examine them. Expose them to the harsh light of truth. Are they really true, or are they just lies you've been telling yourself? Next, you must forge an iron will through discipline. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where most men fail. They want the results without the work. They want to be confident without earning it. But true confidence comes from competence, from mastering yourself, from pushing your limits. Here's your prescription, and it's not for the faint of heart. Exercise, not just a light jog in the park. I'm talking about intense, grueling workouts that push you to your physical and mental limits. Lift heavy weights. Sprint until your lungs burn. Embrace the pain. This isn't just about building a better body. It's about forging a stronger mind. It's about proving to yourself that you can overcome challenges, that you can endure suffering, that you are powerful. Meditation. This isn't about sitting cross-legged and humming. This is about training your mind to be calm, focused, and present. It's about silencing the incessant chatter of your inner critic. Start with just 5 minutes a day. Focus on your breath. Observe your thoughts without judgment. Learn to control your mind instead of letting it control you. This is essential for eliminating neediness and cultivating that calm, centered presence that women find irresistible. Cold showers. This is the ultimate test of willpower. Stepping into a freezing cold shower is a shock to the system. It's uncomfortable. It's unpleasant. But it's also incredibly empowering. It teaches you to embrace discomfort, to overcome your resistance, to choose your response to adversity. Every morning, crank the water to cold and stand under it for at least 2 minutes. Feel the initial shock, then breathe through it. Conquer your body's natural desire to flee. This will train you to be unfazed by challenges, to remain calm under pressure, to be unbreakable. Confront your fears. What are you afraid of? Public speaking, approaching women, starting your own business. Identify your fears and systematically confront them. Start small, then gradually increase the challenge. Every time you face a fear and overcome it, you build confidence and resilience. You prove to yourself that you are capable of anything. Eliminate negative influences. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who challenge you to be better, who believe in you. Cut ties with anyone who drains your energy, who criticizes you, who holds you back. This includes toxic friends, negative family members, and even addictive behaviors like excessive social media or video games. Protect your mind like a fortress. Don't let anything pollute it. Imagine 2 men approaching a woman. One is desperate, his eyes darting around nervously, his voice shaky, his body language screaming insecurity. He's practically begging for her approval. The other radiates calm power. He stands tall, his shoulders back, his gaze steady and direct. He speaks with confidence and clarity. He's not needy. He's offering her his attention, his presence, his value. Who do you think she'll choose? The answer is glaringly obvious. The man with the unbreakable inner game wins every single time. This is not a matter of opinion. It's the law of attraction. Start building your fortress today. No more Mr. Nice Guy. It is time to level up. Mastering the art of authentic confidence, not arrogance. Listen, Most men strut around like puffed up peacocks, mistaking arrogance for the real deal. Wrong. Arrogance is nothing but a flimsy shield, a desperate attempt to hide deep-seated insecurities. It's the man cowering behind a wall of bravado, terrified of being exposed as a fraud. True confidence, the kind that makes women instinctively gravitate towards you, is forged in the fires of competence and self-respect. It's the quiet strength of a lion, not the frantic barking of a chihuahua. Think of it this way. Arrogance is shouting, "Look at me, I'm amazing," while authentic confidence whispers, "I know my worth, and I don't need your validation." Which one do you think is more attractive? Which one commands respect, not just fleeting attention? So, how do you build this unshakable confidence, the kind that radiates from within? Forget empty affirmations and cheesy pickup lines. Talking about a radical transformation, a complete overhaul of your being. Here's the brutal truth, the blueprint for becoming undeniably magnetic. 1. Master a skill, and I mean master it. Don't dabble. Don't be a jack of all trades, master of none. Pick something, anything, that ignites a fire within you, a martial art, a musical instrument, coding, public speaking. Hell, even becoming the world's greatest pizza maker. Dedicate yourself to it with a relentless, almost obsessive focus. Become exceptional. This isn't just about the skill itself. It's about the discipline, the perseverance, the grit you develop in the process. It's about proving to yourself, through blood, sweat, and tears, that you are capable of achieving greatness. This is where true self-worth is born, not from external praise, but from internal accomplishment. 2. Set challenging goals and crush them. Comfort is the enemy of growth. A man without goals is a ship without a rudder, adrift at sea. Set audacious, terrifying goals that force you to push beyond your perceived limits. Want to run a marathon? Start training today. Want to build a successful business? Start now. Break these monumental goals down into smaller, manageable steps, and then attack each one with the ferocity of a starving wolf. Each victory, no matter how small, builds upon the last, creating a snowball effect of confidence. You are literally rewiring your brain to expect success. 3. Develop a powerful physical presence. Command the room. Your body is a billboard, advertising your inner state to the world. Slouching, fidgeting, avoiding eye contact, these scream insecurity. Stand tall, shoulders back, chest out, chin up. Own your space. Practice power posing literally. Stand in a dominant posture. Think Superman for a few minutes each day. It sounds crazy, but it works. It affects your hormones, boosting testosterone and lowering cortisol, the stress hormone. Project your voice from your diaphragm, not your throat. Speak clearly, deliberately, and with conviction. Make unwavering eye contact, not a creepy stare, but a confident, engaging gaze that says, "I see you, and I'm not afraid." Anecdote time. I once witnessed a man, average looking at best, completely transform his presence in a room simply by altering his walk. He had been slouched, shuffling along, eyes downcast. Then something shifted. He straightened his spine, lifted his head, and started walking with a deliberate, powerful stride. It was like watching a king enter his court. Women who had previously ignored him suddenly noticed. Their heads turned, their Their eyes lingered. It wasn't magic. It was the raw, undeniable power of confident body language. For outcome independence, the ultimate freedom. This is the cornerstone of authentic confidence. Your value, your self-worth, is not dependent on her reaction. You are not a beggar pleading for her approval. You are a king offering her the opportunity to be in your presence. If she accepts, great. If she rejects, it's her loss. This doesn't mean you don't care. It means your happiness isn't contingent on her validation. You are complete, whole, and fulfilled with or without her. This is the most liberating, attractive mindset you can cultivate. It eliminates neediness, desperation, and the fear of rejection, allowing you to approach interactions with a calm, confident demeanor. You are offering value, not seeking it. Remember that. A man who doesn't need anything is a man who can have anything. Embrace this, internalize it, and watch as your world transforms. Become the embodiment of authentic confidence, and you'll become irresistible. Not because of tricks or manipulation, but because of who you are. The power of preselection and how to ethically leverage it. Have you ever noticed how a seemingly average man can suddenly become incredibly attractive when he's surrounded by beautiful women? This isn't magic. It's preselection, one of the most potent, yet often misunderstood, forces in the dynamics of attraction. It's social proof, raw and unfiltered, whispering to a woman's subconscious, this man is desirable. Other women want him. There must be something valuable here. Think of it like a 5-star restaurant with a line out the door. The line itself makes the restaurant seem even more appealing. It's a primal trigger, a shortcut in her assessment process. But beware. There's a razor's edge between leveraging this power ethically and descending into the sleazy depths of manipulation. Let's be brutally honest. Women are, on a biological level, wired to seek out the best possible genes and resources for potential offspring. Preselection acts as a powerful indicator, a shortcut suggesting this man has already been vetted. He's passed the test. It doesn't mean she's consciously thinking, oh, he has other options. I must have him. It's far more subtle, a subconscious nudge that elevates your perceived value. So, how do you tap into this power without resorting to deceitful tactics like hearing fake girlfriends or manufacturing false scenarios? The answer, as always, lies in authenticity. Build a life that genuinely attracts people, a life brimming with social vibrancy. This isn't about bragging or flaunting. It's about cultivating a genuine social circle. Here's the breakdown. Cultivate platonic female friendships. This is key. Genuine friendships with attractive women are invaluable. Not only do they provide social proof, but they also offer insights into the female perspective. Spend time with them in social settings, lunches, group outings, parties. Don't try to hide them or use them as pawns. Genuinely enjoy their company. This isn't about creating a harem. It's about building real connections. The comfort and ease you display around women without any ulterior motive is incredibly powerful. Develop a thriving social life. Become a social magnet. This isn't about being the loudest guy in the room. It's about being connected. Join clubs, attend events, Pursue hobbies that genuinely interest you, and crucially, do it with enthusiasm. Become known as the guy who's always doing something interesting, the guy who knows people. This naturally creates opportunities for social interaction, including interactions with women. Showcase social intelligence. This is where your inner game shines. Observe how you interact with everyone, not just women you're attracted to. Are you engaging? Are you a good listener? Do you make people feel comfortable and valued? Women are incredibly perceptive. They can spot a fake a mile away. Genuine social grace, the ability to navigate social situations with ease and confidence, is inherently attractive. It demonstrates that you're not a social liability, that you understand social dynamics, and that you're comfortable in your own skin. The dangers of jealousy and manipulation. Absolutely avoid using preselection to deliberately incite jealousy or manipulate a specific woman. This is toxic, short-sighted, and ultimately self-defeating. It creates drama, breeds insecurity, and ultimately destroys trust. If a woman feels like you're using other women to play games with her, you've lost. The goal isn't to make her jealous. It's to demonstrate, organically, that you're a man of high social value. Think of preselection like a powerful spice. A little enhances the flavor, but too much ruins the dish. It's a subtle art, a byproduct of a well-lived life, not a contrived tactic. It's about building genuine connections, radiating positive social energy, and letting your vibrant life speak for itself. Don't fake it, become it. Become the man who naturally attracts people, and preselection will become a powerful, yet unspoken, ally in your journey of attraction. Are you ready to build that life? Are you ready to become that man? Or will you continue to chase fleeting tricks, forever searching for the magic bullet that doesn't exist? The choice, as always, is yours. Become a man who's not just chosen, but pre-chosen. It is the ultimate display of authentic, untainted power. Communication mastery, beyond words. Forget the tired, rehearsed lines. It's not just what you say. It's how you say it, you fool. Your voice, your very presence, your aura, these scream volumes before you even manage to croak out a single word. Do you understand the earth-shattering implications of this? I'm talking about a primal, almost animalistic form of communication that bypasses the logical mind and strikes directly at the heart of feminine desire. This is where real power lies. Are you paying attention? We're going to dissect this, layer by agonizing layer, until you understand it in your very bones. We're diving deep into the non-verbal abyss, the realm where true alphas are forged. One confident body language, the silent symphony of power. Imagine a pathetic, hunched-over creature, shoulders slumped, eyes darting around like a frightened rabbit. Is that the image of a leader, of a conqueror? Absolutely not. That's the posture of prey. Now picture a lion, chest puffed out, head held high, a gaze that could pierce steel. That is what we're aiming for. Open posture. Uncross your arms, you imbecile. It's a defensive, closed-off signal. Instead, stand tall, occupy space, claim your territory. Imagine a king surveying his domain. He doesn't cower in a corner. Controlled movements, no fidgeting, no nervous tapping. Every movement should be deliberate, purposeful, like a predator stalking its prey. Slow, fluid motions exude control and confidence. Jerky, erratic movements betray anxiety and weakness. Powerful eye contact. Lock eyes with her. Not in a creepy, starring contest way, but with a confident, unwavering gaze. This demonstrates dominance, interest, and most importantly, a lack of fear. Break eye contact only when you choose to, not because you're intimidated. Hold her gaze a beat longer than feels comfortable. Let her be the one to look away first. This is a subtle, yet incredibly powerful dominance display. Think of it as a silent battle of wills, and you will win. 2. Vocal tonality, the voice of a god. Your voice is a weapon, a tool, an instrument of seduction. A weak, high-pitched whine will get you nowhere. You need to cultivate a voice that resonates with power and authority. Project from the diaphragm. Don't speak from your throat. Speak from your gut. This creates a deeper, richer, more resonant tone that commands attention. Practice breathing exercises to strengthen your diaphragm. Imagine your voice filling the entire room, vibrating with masculine energy. Use pauses effectively. Silence is golden. Strategic pauses add weight to your words, create anticipation, and demonstrate control. Don't rush your speech like a nervous schoolboy. Let your words hang in the air, allowing them to sink in and have their full impact. Modulate your tone. Avoid a monotone drone. Vary your pitch and pace to keep her engaged. Inject emotion and passion into your voice. Whisper seductively, then boom with authority. Become a master conductor of your vocal orchestra. 3. Active listening, the art of making her feel like a goddess. This isn't about pretending to listen. It's about actually listening. Women crave to be heard, to be understood, to feel truly seen. This is your secret weapon, your ultimate advantage. Give her your undivided attention. Put away your damn phone. Look her in the eyes, nod your head, and make genuinely interested noises. Show her that she is the only thing that matters in that moment. Reflect and validate. Don't just passively absorb her words. Actively engage with them. Paraphrase what she's saying to show you understand. Validate her feelings, even if you don't necessarily agree with them. I understand why you'd feel that way is 1,000 times more powerful than you're wrong. Ask open-ended questions. Don't interrogate her. Encourage her to open up. Ask questions that require more than a simple yes or no answer. What was the best part of your day? Is infinitely better than did you have a good day? Example, the whisper of power. Imagine this. You're leaning in close, your body language radiating confidence. You catch her eye, hold it for a moment, and then, in a low, resonant voice, you whisper a compliment. Not some generic, cheesy line, but something specific, something that shows you've actually noticed her. That dress, it accentuates the curve of your neck in a way that's absolutely breathtaking. The intensity of your gaze, the deliberate pause, the hushed tone, it's a potent combination that will send shivers down her spine. Now, contrast that with some mumbling, insecure fool, stammering out a generic compliment while staring at his shoes. The difference is night and day, isn't it? One is a king, the other a peasant. Which one are you going to be? Master these elements, and you'll be speaking a language far more powerful than mere words. You'll be communicating on a primal, subconscious level, bypassing her defenses and igniting the flames of attraction. This is not manipulation. It's the art of becoming a truly compelling, irresistibly magnetic man. The world and the women in it will bow before you. Are you ready to accept that power? Are you ready to become unstoppable? The art of ethical teasing and banter. Boring is the kiss of death. Let that sink in. Women, like all humans, crave stimulation. Predictability is the enemy of desire. But raw, unfiltered aggression, that's just boorish. The key is calibrated playfulness, a dance on the edge of audacity, but always with a safety net of respect. Think of it as verbal sparring, a test of wits and wills. It's about demonstrating you're not intimidated, you're quick thinking, and you have a playful spirit. How does playful teasing and witty banter create attraction? Simple. It showcases several crucial alpha qualities simultaneously. Confidence. You wouldn't dare tease someone if you were crippled by insecurity, would you? Teasing implies you're comfortable in your own skin, unconcerned with petty approval seeking. Social intelligence. You're demonstrating an understanding of social dynamics. You're reading her cues, gauging her reactions, and adjusting your approach accordingly. You're not just blurting out pre-programmed lines. You're engaging. Sense of humor. A man who can make a woman laugh, genuinely laugh, not forced politeness, holds immense power. Humor is disarming. It breaks down barriers and creates a connection. It shows you don't take yourself too seriously. Dominance subtly. Yes, even ethical teasing involves a subtle display of dominance. You're initiating the interaction, setting the tone, and leading the dance. But it's playful dominance, not aggressive control. Crucially, we emphasize the ethical part. This isn't about negging, insults disguised as jokes, or any of that manipulative garbage. The line between playful teasing and being a jerk is razor thin, and you must be hyper-aware of it. Here's the breakdown. Avoid insults, period. Never attack her appearance, intelligence, or anything that could genuinely hurt her feelings. This isn't about making her feel insecure. It's about creating playful tension. Be hypersensitive to her reactions. Watch her body language. Listen to her tone. Is she genuinely amused, or is she forcing a smile? If she seems uncomfortable, immediately dial it back. Apologize if necessary. A true alpha is adaptable, not a bulldozer. Know when to stop. Teasing is a spice, not the main course. Don't overdo it. Know when to transition to more genuine conversation and connection. Positive framing is key. The best teasing often involves playful challenges or exaggerations, rather than direct put-downs. It's about highlighting a minor quirk or behavior in a lighthearted way. Specific examples: use with caution and calibration. Observational teasing. Notice something unique about her. Those shoes you planning on running a marathon later. This works best if she's wearing stylish, but perhaps impractical heels. It's playful, not judgmental. Role playing. Create a playful scenario. Okay, so you're clearly a secret agent. What's your code name? This injects fun and imagination into the interaction. Exaggerated agreement. She says she loves something you find mildly amusing. Oh my God, you're obsessed with that thing. we might have to stage an intervention. This is playful exaggeration, not mockery. Playful disagreement. She expresses a preference. Seriously, you prefer that over alternative. I'm starting to question your judgment, said with a smile and a twinkle in your eye. This creates playful conflict. The accidental compliment. You're almost as positive trait as I am. Almost. This is cocky funny, but it also contains a genuine compliment. Misinterpreting her intentionally. If she is talking, for instance, about loving chocolate a little too much. Wait, are you saying you're a chocoholic? We might need to find you a support group. This shows you're listening, but adds a playful, exaggerated twist. Or if she mentions she's a lawyer, you might say with a playful smirk, "Oh, so you're one of those people who enjoys arguing all day. I bet you're fun at parties." This is a stereotype tease, but it's delivered with humor, not malice. It challenges her, but in a light-hearted way. Remember, the goal isn't to win the banter battle. It's to create a spark, a connection, a feeling of playful energy. It's about showing her you're a man who's confident, witty, and fun. It's about creating a fun, engaging dynamic, not putting her down. Boring, predictable men get friend zoned or ignored. A man who can engage her mind and make her laugh. He's already miles ahead of the competition. He is dangerous, and she is hooked. Be that man, but be him responsibly. Escalation. Reading signals and making your move without being creepy. Knowing when and how to escalate is crucial. This isn't about some magical move you pull out of your hat. It's about becoming a master observer, a decoder of the subtle language of female attraction. Forget the cheesy lines and forced physical contact. We're talking about a calibrated dance, a delicate interplay of signals and responses. This requires heightened awareness and, frankly, balls of steel, not to be aggressive, but to be unapologetically present and ready to act decisively, but respectfully. Reading her body language and verbal cues, IOI indicators of interest. Think of a woman's interest like a flickering flame. You need to gently fan it into a roaring fire, not smother it with a premature advance. Here's what to watch for. Sustained eye contact. Is she holding your gaze longer than is strictly polite? Does she look away, then back again, almost shyly? This is gold. This is her subconsciously signaling she's open to more. Preening. Does she touch her hair, adjust her clothing, or lick her lips? These are often unconscious grooming behaviors triggered by attraction. She's, quite literally, making herself more appealing for you. Proximity. Does she lean in when you speak? Does she subtly position herself closer to you, even in a crowded room? This is a clear invasion of personal space, and women don't invade the space of men they're not interested in. Open body language. Are her arms uncrossed? Is her body oriented towards you? This indicates openness and receptivity. Compare this to crossed arms, a turned shoulder, or legs crossed away from you, clear signs of disinterest. Touch. Does she initiate any light, casual touch? A brush on your arm, a playful tap on the shoulder. This is a huge green light. She's testing the waters, seeing how you react. Verbal cues. Is she laughing at your jokes, even the bad ones? Is she asking you questions about yourself, showing genuine interest in your life? Is she teasing you back, engaging in playful banter? These are all strong indicators that she's enjoying your company and wants to connect on a deeper level. Mirroring. Is she subconsciously mirroring your body language? If you lean in, does she lean in too? If you cross your legs, does she do the same? This is a powerful sign of rapport and connection. The importance of plausible deniability. This is where the ethical part of ethical game comes into sharp focus. You never want to make a woman feel pressured or uncomfortable. You want to give her a graceful exit, an out, if she's not feeling it. This is where plausible deniability comes in. Your advances should be subtle, almost ambiguous, at least initially. Example, instead of grabbing her hand, you might lightly brush your hand against hers while reaching for something. If she pulls away, you can easily play it off as unintentional. If she doesn't pull away, you've just escalated, and you've done it in a way that allows her to maintain her sense of control. The escalation ladder, a gradual progression, always respecting boundaries. Think of escalating attraction like climbing a ladder. You don't jump from the bottom rung to the top. You take it one step at a time. Each step represents a slight increase in intimacy, a subtle test of her comfort level. 1. Accidental touch. As mentioned above, a light, seemingly unintentional brush of the hand or arm. 2. Intentional, but brief touch. A light touch on the arm or shoulder while making a point, or a brief, playful tap. 3. Lingering touch. Holding the touch for a slightly longer duration, gauging her reaction. 4. Kindred touch. This can be a gentle touch on the back as you move her through the space. 5. Isolation. Maneuvering to more private situation, away from crowds. 6. Intimate touch. This could be touching her face, brushing her hair back, or holding her hand. This is where your calibration is absolutely critical. Pay very close attention to her body language and verbal cues. If she tenses up, pulls away, or verbally expresses discomfort, immediately back off. No questions asked. 7. Kissing and beyond. This is where you need to be absolutely certain of her interest. A gentle lean in, a soft kiss on the cheek, then gauging her reaction before proceeding further. Calibration. The key to non-creepy escalation. This is the most important aspect of all. Calibration means constantly adjusting your approach based on her responses. It's about being acutely aware of her comfort level and respecting her boundaries at all times. It's a feedback loop. You make a small move, you observe her reaction, and you adjust accordingly. Positive response. If she responds positively to your touch, leaning in, smiling, maintaining eye contact, you can slightly escalate further. Neutral response. If her response is neutral, she doesn't pull away, but she doesn't actively reciprocate, hold your ground. Don't escalate further, but don't retreat either. Maintain the current level of intimacy and continue building rapport. Negative response. If she responds negatively, pulling away, tensing up, verbally expressing discomfort, immediately back off. Apologize if necessary, and give her space. This is where most men go wrong, becoming forceful or persistent. Never do this. A true alpha male respects boundaries and understands that no means no. This is a dance, not a wrestling match. Remember this always. It's about creating a connection building attraction, and escalating intimacy in a way that feels natural and comfortable for both of you. It's about being a confident, respectful man who knows how to read signals and make his move without being creepy. It's about being a master of the subtle art of seduction, a man who understands that true attraction is built on respect, connection, and genuine self-confidence. The power isn't in forcing anything. It's in creating a space where she wants to escalate with you. Become that man, and the world and the women in it will respond accordingly. Are you that man? Are you really ready to step into that power? Dealing with rejection like a Stoic warrior. Listen closely, because this is where boys are separated from men, weaklings from warriors. Rejection, it's inevitable. It's a fact of life, like the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. You will face it. You will be told no. But how you react to that no defines you, determines your ultimate success, not just with women, but in every aspect of your life. It reveals the very core of your being. Are you made of glass, shattering at the slightest impact? Or are you forged from steel, unyielding, unbreakable? Forget this pathetic, modern notion that rejection is some deep, personal wound to your fragile ego. That's garbage. It's not a reflection of your inherent worth as a man. It's not a sign that you're not good enough. It's simply a mismatch, a disconnect. Think of it like trying to fit two puzzle pieces together that weren't designed to connect. Does that make one puzzle piece inferior? Absolutely not. It simply means they don't belong together. Her preferences, her desires, her current circumstances, they're a complex tapestry, and you might not fit into the picture right now. That's her prerogative, and you, as a man of power and self-respect, must respect that. I want you to reframe rejection. See it not as a failure, but as data, as a learning opportunity. Every single no is valuable intel. It's a chance to refine your approach, to analyze what happened, to identify areas for improvement. Every no brings you closer to a yes. This isn't some fluffy, feel-good mantra. It's cold, hard truth. The more you experience, the more you learn, the more you adapt, the more irresistible you become. Think of it like a master swordsman hunting his blade. Each strike, each parry, each miss makes him sharper, stronger, more deadly. This is where Stoicism comes in. Embrace the ancient wisdom of the warrior philosophers. A Stoic warrior accepts what he cannot control, and a woman's feelings, her choices, are entirely outside your control. You can influence, you can attract, but you cannot force her to feel anything. That's weakness. That's neediness. That's the antithesis of everything we're striving for. What can you control? Your own actions, your own reactions, your own mindset. That's where your power lies. Did you approach with confidence? Did you present your best self? Did you communicate clearly and respectfully? Analyze your performance with brutal honesty. Were you needy? Did you fumble your words? Did you fail to read her signals? Learn from it. Don't wallow in self-pity. Don't lash out in anger. Don't become bitter and resentful. These are the reactions of a child, not a man. Don't take it personally. Dust yourself off and keep moving forward. This is not about suppressing your emotions. It's about mastering them. Feel the sting, acknowledge it, then let it go. Acknowledge, analyze, improve, and move on. Imagine a king rejected by a single maiden. Does he collapse in despair? Does he question his own kingship? Absolutely not. He has a kingdom to rule, a legacy to build, a destiny to fulfill. He doesn't have time to dwell on one fleeting rejection. He has bigger, more important things to conquer. You too have a kingdom to build your life, your purpose, your empire. Don't let a single no derail you. Don't let it chip away at your confidence. Use it as fuel. Use it as motivation. Use it to become even more formidable, even more unstoppable. Embrace the challenge, the struggle, the pain of rejection, and emerge from it a stronger, more resilient, more magnetic man. That's the path of the Stoic warrior. That's the path to true, lasting power. Are you ready to walk it? Long-term attraction, maintaining the spark and avoiding the friend zone. Listen up, because this is where most men fail miserably. Attraction is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process, a relentless fire that needs constant fueling. You think you've won her over and you can just coast. Wrong. That's how you end up in the dreaded friend zone, a wasteland of unrequited desires and pathetic pleas for attention. Do you want to be a supplicant, begging for scraps of affection, or a king commanding respect and desire? The first and most crucial element is this: never stop investing in yourself. Never. The man she fell for was a man on a mission, a man striving for greatness. The second you become complacent, the second you let yourself go physically, mentally, emotionally, you start losing her. It's a slow, agonizing decline, like a plant withering from lack of sunlight. Continue to hit the gym harder than before. Pursue your passions with even more ferocity. Read, learn, grow, become a relentless force of self-improvement. Remember the iron we talked about. This is where it's truly tested. This isn't just about her. It's about your own inherent worth, your own journey to becoming unstoppable. Second, maintain your independence. A king doesn't become a servant to his queen. He partners with her, but he maintains his own domain, his own purpose, his own life. This means having your own friends, your own hobbies, your own goals that are separate from her. Don't become a shadow, a mere extension of her existence. That's the ultimate turn-off. A woman wants a man who chooses to be with her, not a man who needs to be with her. Neediness is a repulsive stench that suffocates attraction. Think of a mighty oak tree, standing tall and independent, providing shelter and strength. That's you, not a clinging vine, desperately seeking support. Third, keep the passion alive. This isn't just about sex, although that's certainly a vital component. It's about maintaining the spark of excitement, the thrill of the chase, the element of unpredictability. Plan spontaneous dates, surprise her with thoughtful gestures, take her on adventures. Don't fall into the trap of routine and boredom. Routine is the death knell of passion. Remember the ethical teasing and banter. Keep that up. Keep challenging her, keep her guessing, keep her on her toes. But always, always from a place of strength and playful dominance. Show, don't tell your masculinity. Now, let's talk about the dreaded friend zone. How do you avoid this pitfall? Simple, by establishing clear intentions from the beginning and escalating appropriately. Don't be afraid to be a man with desires. Don't hide your attraction behind a veil of false friendship. Be direct, be confident, and be willing to walk away if she's not on the same page. A king doesn't beg, he commands. If she's not reciprocating your interest, don't waste your time and energy. There are other queens out there who will appreciate your strength and your passion. Let me tell you a story. I knew a guy, a nice guy, who spent months pinning after a woman. He did everything for her, showered her with compliments, listened to her problems, and ended up firmly planted in the friend zone. Why? Because he never made his intentions clear. He never escalated. He never showed any sexual interest. He was afraid of rejection, so he played it safe and ended up with nothing. Don't be that guy. Be bold. Be courageous. Be a man who isn't afraid to express his desires. Be willing to risk rejection, because the reward a passionate, fulfilling relationship with a woman who truly desires you is worth far more than the sting of a temporary setback. Remember the Stoic warrior. Embrace that mindset. Rejection is simply a redirection. It's the universe telling you, not this one. There's something better out there for you. So go out there and be the king you were born to be. Maintain the spark, cultivate your independence, and never, ever settle for the friend zone. Your kingdom awaits. Are you brave enough to claim it? Let's drive this home with the force of a battering ram. Ethical game. It's not some slimy, underhanded tactic to trick women into your bed. It's a goddamn revolution in your own life. It's about forging yourself into the absolute best version of yourself, a man of steel will, iron discipline, and undeniable charisma. We're talking about a complete and utter transformation, shedding the weak, pathetic skin of the nice guy and emerging as a god among men. This isn't a quick fix, a magic pill, or a weekend seminar that will magically grant you the power to attract women. This is a lifelong, brutal, and exhilarating journey of continuous self-improvement, a relentless climb to the peak of masculine power. Embrace the challenge, you hear me? Embrace the pain, the sweat, the tears, the inevitable setbacks, because on the other side of that struggle lies the man you were always meant to be. A man of power, a man of purpose, a man who commands respect, a man who attracts women not through trickery, but through the sheer force of his authentic, unbreakable self. The women, they will follow. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. They are biologically programmed to be drawn to strength, to confidence, to a man who knows his worth and isn't afraid to claim it. The power, the raw, untamed power to create this reality, is already in your hands. It's simmering beneath the surface, waiting to be unleashed. So go out there and seize it. Rip it from the jaws of mediocrity. Tear down the walls of self-doubt and limiting beliefs. Conquer your inner demons and emerge victorious. The world doesn't give a damn about the timid, the hesitant, the men who apologize for their existence. The world bows down. It kneels before the bold, the confident, the men who refuse to settle for anything less than absolute mastery of themselves and their lives. The world rewards those ruthless enough to take what is rightfully theirs. Are you one of them? Or will you shrink back into the shadows, content to live a life of quiet desperation, forever wondering, what if?